My experience with Menttium was absolutely fantastic. I had the opportunity to be paired up with a mentor that was completely different from who I am and where I come from. That's what added the most value. And Craig really took the time to hone in on what were my career aspirations, also what were my personal aspirations on how I wanted to design my life. He introduced frameworks that really helped me push forward and break some paradigms around what it was like to navigate corporate politics, what it was like to kind of like hone in on where my talent makes the most impact and adds the most value. I'm happy to say that Craig is now a lifelong member of my mentoring circle, and I will continue to tap into him as time goes on. I just really am appreciative of this experience. And so thank you, Menttium, for this opportunity.
My manager was also part of the Menttium program. The best piece of advice he said is that really focus on what you want to improve. And to be honest, I think towards the end of the program, it was something that I didn't even think was one of my goals. Like in terms of career alignment, I didn't think of that to be outside the realms of my current position, right? So Menttium being that external facing opportunity, I love to be a little more like transparent, like dig into sometimes even how you feel about your current role and how you think it should influence where you're going. And my manager knowing all that, signing, and the organization signing me up for it, and in the end, allowing me to like really look at it holistically, I think was very beneficial to me.
The benefits back to the company are astronomical. I think the feeling that I had that my company invested in this type of program and they believe in me, and I think it's just a huge benefit in itself of employee satisfaction. And then the other piece is we were able to work on growth and goals that I had within my own organization. And so it was another person to go to and get an outside perspective. And so being able to work on those professional goals as well as the personal goals, it was like a two-way street there of feeling satisfied professionally and personally. It was just an experience that I'll never forget.
I was fortunate enough to be enrolled in the Menttium program by my leadership team a few years back. What this allowed me to do was take time for development that I would not have had I not been enrolled into the program. I was extremely impressed with how well matched we were. Granted, he's years into his journey, further along than I am. He has a lot more experience and especially leadership qualities, but having the ability to kind of hear his perspective and the challenges that he went through and what he learned along his leadership journey and shared those insights with me was really, really valuable. One of the things that we've talked about is people development. And I think the organization that I support has benefited in the sense that I've learned a lot of ways to help grow our talent. And so he's been really great in terms of helping shape how I coach and teach and lead those individuals that I wouldn't have had an opportunity to do otherwise.